Dear students of class 11th, now let us today learn about functions. What are the functions? What is a function? As you know, in modular programming, we break a big program into small programs. As I have already told you, in order to solve a problem, we divide the main problem into sub-problems so that we can concentrate on the small problem. Then we combine those small problems in order to achieve a big goal. So here is the function is example of modular programming. We are breaking a problem. We are breaking a program into small programs. A function is itself a small program, or we can say it is a sub program. So we can call a function directly, or we can call it by the program main. So function, there is no difference between a function and a program. The difference only is the in function. In the main program, we are using the main function, M-I-N. And this function, we are not using main function. In the main program, in the big program, we are using the main function, whereas in the function, we are not using main function. तो function क्या होता है? Let it is having function एक prototype इसका ये है. इसका नाम एक होता है. Suppose add function. It is the name of the function. Integer x, integer y. तो function है add function. It is itself a program which will add two numbers. We can call this function by some another program, by the main program. We will call it. Now we will learn this how to call the function. We can call the function by passing the values, or we can call the function by passing the reference. As you know, we have learned how the pointers are used for reference, for storing the address of the variable. So we will learn those things later on. Let us learn how to use a function. This is a function. The name of the function is add, and the arguments, these are called arguments. This is the function prototype. Function name, then bracket start, then bracket close, and these are called which are inside this function. These are called arguments of the function. Means this our function. The name of our function is add, and it is accepting two arguments. One argument is integer x, and another is integer y. So it will add two. How it will add? First, it will accept these two variables, two numbers from the main function. Main program will supply two numbers to this add function. It will supply only two numbers to this function. This function will store those two numbers into its own variables, that is x and y. Then it will return the sum of those two variables. For that, in order to return the sum, we need a third variable to store the sum of these variables, to store the sum of these two numbers x and y. So we need a third variable. Let us here declare the third variable, let it be sum. So sum is equal to x plus y, return sum. So what is the job of this function? This function will accept two variables from the main program, and it will return the sum of these, the add of those two variables which the function has accepted from the main program. The prototype of the function is like this. Add is the name of the function. Add is the name. It is an integer type function, and these are two arguments, integer x and integer y. It will accept two arguments from the main program. Then it will here what it will do, it will create its own variable. In order to store the sum of these two variables, it needs a space in the memory. So it creates an own variable that is called sum of type integer. The sum, the right side of this expression will be evaluated, means the sum of x and y will be stored in the memory variable sum. Then it will return that sum. So what we are expecting by this function, we are expecting that this function will accept two variables, and it will return sum of these two variables. So it is itself a small program. The job of the small program or sub program, we can say, is to accept two numbers and to return the add of those two numbers, the sum of those two numbers. So a function is itself a sub program. The prototype of the function, prototype means this how to declare this function. The prototype is like this: add, and it accepts these are it has accepted two arguments. These are the two arguments, and at the same time we can say that this x and y is the global variable. Global variable means the main program is providing these two variables to this function, and this is the local variable. This is the another term which we need to learn. What is the global variable and what is the local variable? Sum is the local variable, whereas x and y is the global variable over here. I hope you understood how to declare a function and what is the job of the function. It returns a value. It is like a sub program. It accepts arguments and returns a value. I hope you got it. Thank you.